Exactly.
Really far across the road called Minsky's, and I think that's where I'm going.
Yes, I will not be going there. Anybody who needs to go to a 12-step meeting, I'm happy to meet you out in the lobby. We can have a good chat, maybe a good cry, a hug or two, and we'll enjoy our bubbly water and watch everybody else get shit-faced and regret it in the morning. Well, we get up early and don't regret anything.
Have you noticed in the audience, I don't know, just back row?
I know. It's the lack of expression, it's the lack of any sound or anything that makes it just so unnerving.
For those who can't see, we have a little Michael Myers at our
A little Michael Myers, by the way, you can't call him Little Michael Myers or he will kill you. Fast.
And hit that only you can give. We're so excited to have you here. I'm going to do a little boast on your behalf.
Oh, now stop.
No, don't stop. Halloween opened in the United States over the weekend.
Yes, it did.
I actually saw it there on Friday in a packed cinema.
It really opened.
And it is the biggest Halloween movie of all time.
Ever. Getting a life of their own. I think what it means is that it made more money in its opening weekend than many of these movies have done in their entire runs. The most successful Halloween movie forever will be the original movie Halloween, which was a
horror movie with a female lead.
yeah, that's ever.
Movie with a female lead older than 55 ever.
But seriously. Oh, by the way, the reason why we're doing this before the movie is because I'm over 55. I joke you not. You know, when I was on the Halloween hustle, which, by the way, this is almost the end of my hustling. Because, no, that's good. My people want me back. But I have been hustling for a little while now. And when we got to Germany, we did some hustling, and then they said, and then you have a big break until 9:45. And I looked at them and I said, 9:45 at night? I have a break until 9:45 at night? What are you talking about? And then they said, yes, and then you go to the premiere, and then you watch the movie, and then you do a question and answer. I was like, at 9:45. And honestly, when I agreed to come to Australia, which I was very happy to do, but I am in the middle of another movie, and so I'm a little, you know, it's a long trip. They said, well, we'd like to do a couple screenings, and I was like, yes, but I am only talking to people before the movie, then they can all stay as late as they want, get as drunk as they want, because I will be very happily asleep by the time Michael kills the first person.
So, what brought you back to this particular Halloween movie? What were the ingredients? What was the mix? What made you say this one I'm not going to miss?
The truth of the matter is simply this. The last thing I ever thought I would do is another Halloween movie, and I don't mean that with any disrespect to Halloween or their fans, which I believe there are a couple in the room, especially the guy in the white mask in the back. I'm very happy to have done what I did, and I had no intention of doing it again, and I was minding my own business, and my phone rang, which happens, and I picked it up, which occasionally
You know what a
happens.
ringtone is?
Well, it used to be that. Now
Was it the Halloween thing?
it was, of course. It's actually John Carpenter's ringtone, by the way.
Oh, he has
It's the
that.
Halloween thing.
He wrote it.
He wrote it, he should get it for free. Anyway, the phone rang and it was Jake Gyllenhaal, who happens to be my godson and a very close friend and a kid I've known since he was a little tiny boy. And he said that he had made a movie with David Gordon Green called Stronger. If you didn't get to see it, it's fantastic. And he said he had a great experience working with David, and that David wanted to talk to me about a Halloween movie. And I said, give him my number. He called me, I read it, I said yes, and here I stand. you know, a year plus later, literally. That's how fast it all happened. It didn't take any convincing. It was just a beautiful script from the beginning. I loved what he and Danny McBride and Jeff Bradley did. I just thought it was very clever, very clean, and very important to just link up what happened to Laurie Strode October 31st, 1978, and what happens to Laurie Strode October 31st, 2018. And that's the movie you're about to see, and I promise you this, you may have loved Halloween 4, or 3, or 5, or 8, or 9, or 10, or whatever, and you can love them still. Nobody is telling you not to, nobody's saying they don't exist, nobody's saying they're bad. All we're saying is, in order to tell the story you are about to see, and it is going to scare, I'm sorry I said the bad word, and I didn't, you're not going to be here for the movie. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Hold up, everybody, we're just taking a pause. Hi, how old are you? Okay, people. I think we may not be able to run the movie. You're 9 years old? I may need to call somebody. Okay, okay. I'm sorry I swore. I assumed there were only adults in the room. Anyway, it will
Frighten you.
It will. It's really, really scary. It's really, really scary. And it will scare all of you a lot.
You've handled that well, I feel.
Thanks.
Why do you think it has had this enormous success in the United States? Why did everyone race out to see this?
You know, I don't really understand why people like scary movies. I don't really understand why young children like scary movies. I do not. I just don't like to be scared. If you look at any pictures of me as a small child, I look stunned and frightened. Just every picture. My sister's beaming. She's got your expression. And every picture of me as a child, including the one that's going to be in People magazine this week, I look like this. I literally look like I just got in trouble. And so for some reason I just don't like to be frightened, and so there's absolutely nothing I like about kind of movies, either as an adult or as a child. But I will say this, there is something about sitting in a theater like this beautiful theater that we are all privileged to sit in, that still exists. Thank you. Thank you for your support to them, because this is extraordinary. And it must be protected and preserved, by the way. But there is something about sitting in a big theater, in the dark, with a group of strangers, and experiencing something together, be it a comedy, or be it something very emotional, or be it something terrifying. There's something that happens to us as a group that we release ourselves to it in a way that we won't when we're by ourselves. And I don't know why that is, but I can tell you it's because of that I have a career, and I am grateful for your fear. I'm even grateful for this, how old are you? Very young person's fear, but I am grateful because without it I would have no career, and so I'm grateful to you.
Maybe we can pop an iPad on your lap and let you watch Freaky Friday while we're there. Might that be a better option?
Oh, I see all cute shirts. I'm seeing everybody's fanning out. I love it. Love it.
Is everyone here Halloween fans? We've got a few fans of some of the other movies in.
So I was 19 years old. I did a TV series. I had just a few lines in it, and then all of a sudden, I actually got fired from that job. Seriously, I got fired. I thought it was the worst thing that ever was going to happen to me. It was at the time. I thought my career was over. I thought I'd lose my contract with Universal Studios. And it allowed me to be available to audition for this little $300,000, 20-day shoot horror movie shot on the streets of LA called Halloween. And I was so excited that the name Laurie was on every single page of the script. I honestly didn't care what it was about. I was so thrilled to have a lead role, and it turns out a role that I could actually do something and actually give a performance rather than one line, which is what I had in the past. So no other experience. Whether or not I hung under a helicopter 3 days before my 35th birthday on the movie True Lies, literally 250 feet above the water over manatees and, you know, literally under a helicopter by a wire. Like, that was great, Friday was great, you know, all of it was great, but there is absolutely nothing that will ever replace the experience of being 19 years old and working with a bunch of young filmmakers on this little, tiny, low-budget movie that changed my life and is the direct result of why I am standing here in front of all of you tonight.
And so how important is Laurie to you now? And how exciting was it to bring her back in this way?
Well, I don't want to talk too much about the movie because I really want you to see it and experience it. And I know I should have stuck around and then we could have had a nice chat about it, but as you know, I will be sleeping. You guys can chat about it. It turns out that she's, you know, the greatest person I'll ever know. She's brave, she is smart, she's a dreamer, she's emotional, she's fierce, she's terrified, she's wounded, and she finds something in her that is stronger than this entire room put together. And all of those qualities mean that I am aligned with her. She's my sister, she's my mother, she's my best friend. You know, she is me, I am her, and I wouldn't have a creative life were it not for John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, who wrote Halloween, gave me that job, and then all the people that have been involved in this new movie. Every area, everywhere I go, I've been doing the High Five tour, I call it the Victory Lap tour. I've gone around the world because it doesn't matter what language, it doesn't matter what socioeconomic strata, we either are alike or against or different or alike. There is a universal appeal somehow at this moment in time about seeing a woman reclaim the trauma from her perpetrator and kick his ass. And I have no idea why that is resonating. I'm thrilled to be here, and I hope you have a great time. So here's the deal. I'd like it if all of you put $1 in a bucket for the therapy that this child is getting, and give it to her mother. What is your name, madam? Sorry, Zara? Yara. I'd love it if you all would give Yara just $1 in a bucket and give it to her at the end of the movie, and try not to frown or opine, but just hand her the money and say good luck. God bless you all, peace to you all, and I truly represent 125 artists who got together in a marshy bog of a city called Charleston, South Carolina, over 6 weeks, and made a movie that we're all very proud of, and we hope you enjoy, because we made it for you. So God bless you.